What's going on, bro? Welcome back to my channel. Listen, man. So it seems the Julio Foolio trial came to an end, and you know what? These guys had a lot of life to live, especially Sean Gaff, right? And I know he's really a lot of people really been talking about him because this guy has his mom, his stepfather, they both was in the service or whatever, retired and stuff. His stepfather even gave him a route to travel the world, you know what I'm saying? Because he fly planes and stuff like that. His stepfather was in the Air Force, so they travel to a lot of countries, you know what I'm saying? Paris, you know what I'm saying? London, China, Asia, and stuff like that. A lot of countries that a lot of people, even myself, never really even been to. You know what I mean? So this guy had everything, his grandma and stuff like that, taking care of him and stuff, giving him money and stuff, all type of stuff, even going to like a private school. So that guy had everything. These other guys, you know what I'm saying? They have kids and stuff like that. So it's like these guys didn't really care about anything. And the thing is that the Julio Fuller trial was crazy because it's like I said, Sean Gaffrey, I don't even think he even never even met or even had any beef with Julio Fuller. I think he just did it to ride along. And the Davion, the Murph, their cousin got killed, and allegedly they think Julio Fuller had something to do with. But it's like these guys had kids, stuff like that, and this whole thing was just sloppy. You know what I mean? The guy, Sean Gaffrey, driving his mom car down there to Tampa to do the killing and stuff like that. These guys got evidence. The police have evidence on these guys. You know what I mean? Like the traffic cams and stuff like that, license plate readers, cell phone data, stuff like that. Like these guys are crazy. That's why I don't understand like how people still trying to do crime now. You know what I mean? Like cameras everywhere. Like it's just crazy. So the jury convicted these guys. Already these guys are found guilty, but next question is like, is these guys gonna be found in life in prison or the death penalty? Crazy situation, man. But let's play a news clip about the whole situation, how these guys kind of got caught.
Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio came to Tampa last month to celebrate his birthday and was shot and killed that same night. Today, the Tampa police chief and the Jacksonville sheriff confirmed 5 people are now facing murder charges in what they say was a targeted gang-related killing. But a few of those suspects are still on the run. Fox 13's Ariel Placencia joins us live from TPD headquarters. Ariel, how many shooters were there?
Well, Linda, 3 shooters have been identified, and police at this hour are still searching for 2 of them. Both of them have documented gang ties. Now, investigators say they relied on surveillance video, cell phone logs, and license plate readers to identify 5 total suspects. 3 of them have already been arrested, and their arrests, as well as the shooting, were all caught on camera.
Appreciate everybody popping out for my birthday, you know what I'm saying?
On Saturday, June 22nd, Jacksonville rapper Charles Jones posted on Instagram, encouraging people to come out and celebrate his 26th birthday.
Tampa, Florida, man. You already got added to the pool party push up at 5:30, man.
So this guy was just celebrating his birthday. You know what I'm saying? He had 2 club appearances because he was a rapper and stuff like that. And these guys really tracked this guy down to every club. And next thing you know, they end up killing him at a hotel. Like, it's just a crazy situation.
But later that night, the rapper, also known as Julio Foolio, wrote that police shut his pool party down. So he moved the celebration and posted his locations on social media, where 2 rival gangs took notice, tracking and following Jones.
Surveillance video was critical in this investigation.
Around 4:40 a.m. Sunday morning, Tampa police said 5 individuals who had traveled from Jacksonville to Tampa carried out a targeted gang-related killing.
You can see the shooters are getting in position for their planned out murder.
Several different camera angles show 3 shooters moving around the parking lot of the Home 2 Suites near USF and firing several shots at a vehicle. The rapper, who was sitting in the front passenger seat, was shot and killed.
This is something that you would originally think you would see in a movie, but this isn't a movie. This is real life, and these are people's lives.
On Monday, Jones's mother called for the ongoing feud between her son's gang, 6 Block, and rival gangs, ATK and 1200, to end.
But I know that it won't stop, truthfully. But I would want it to stop.
One of the suspected shooters, Sean Gaithright, was arrested at a Jacksonville shopping center last month. And 21-year-old suspects Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance, an ATK gang member, were arrested at a home. All 3 are charged with premeditated first-degree murder.
Of course, as a mom, that's my only son. It's hard or whatever, but like I say, I'm glad that justice has prevailed.
Now, again, there were 3 total shooters. 1 has been arrested, and these are the other 2. 30-year-old Rashad Murphy on the left and 27-year-old Davion Murphy on the right. Both are wanted for murder, and if you have any information, give Tampa police a call. Now, the chief says that the feud between these rival gangs has been going on for a while, has been documented really for over a decade, and includes dozens of killings by and against both sides. Meanwhile, the Hillsborough State Attorney says that all 5 suspects are facing life in the Florida State Prison. Linda.
All right, Ariel.
Just a crazy and sad situation, man. That whole thing, the spy, because these guys was beefing with each other and stuff like that. Julio Foolio, he really wasn't a saint as well, in his rap songs and stuff like that. Even his videos, he went to somebody's grave, pissed on it. Well, I don't think he pissed on it, but I know he rapped a song on it, went to the grave and stuff, made a video about it. And, I kind of can understand why people be upset that he doing some crazy stuff like that right there. Really took it to that extreme. Instead of just rapping in songs and stuff, this guy actually went to a gravesite and made a whole video about somebody who got killed, which is wild, But like I say, man, in court, these guys was found guilty already. And now the decision, will these guys be sentenced to life in prison or get the death penalty, man? Let's watch this.
State proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Isaiah Chance committed the homicide in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Isaiah Chance was a criminal gang member at the time of the homicide. Yes. We, the jury, have unanimously found the state proved one or more aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Isaiah Chance should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, finds Isaiah Chance should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026, in Hillsborough County, Florida, Miss C.S., foreperson of the jury. Defendant Sean Gathright, verdict form, penalty phase. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Sean Gathright committed the homicide in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Sean Gathright created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Sean Gathright was contemporaneously convicted of a felony involving the use of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, have unanimously found the state proved one or more aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more of the mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Sean Gathright should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find Sean Gathright should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026, in Hillsborough County, Florida, C.S., foreperson of the jury. Defendant Rashad Murphy, verdict form, penalty phase. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad Murphy committed the homicide in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad Murphy created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad Murphy was contemporaneously convicted of a felony involving the use of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad Murphy was a criminal gang member at the time of the homicide. Yes. We, the jury, have unanimously found the state proved one or more of the aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Rashad Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find Rashad Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026 in Hillsborough County, Florida. See S for a person of the jury. Defendant Davion Murphy. Verdict form, jury verdict form, penalty phase. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Davion Murphy committed the homicide in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Davion Murphy created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Davion Murphy was contemporaneously convicted of a felony involving the use of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Davion Murphy was a criminal gang member at the time of the homicide. Yes. We, the jury, have unanimously found the state proved one or more aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more of the mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Davion Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find Davion Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026, CS for a person of the jury.
Yeah, that right there. So you see, these guys gonna be spending the rest of their life in prison without parole, so they won't be getting their death penalty. So it's like you was already found guilty, you never getting out of prison. So it's like, dang, and some of these guys got kids, some of these guys got multiple kids. So these guys really won't really see their family like that. So it's a wild situation, but I really don't feel sorry for this guy because these guys took the time out of their day to do a crime like this right here to really follow this guy and track this guy down and kill him. You know what I mean? Like it's just wild. And it's like in society, man, it's like I know people have it rough sometime in their life, but it's like you don't go to that extreme to do something like that. You know what I mean? Like I understand rap beef and stuff like that, but wow. So it's like all four of these guys never getting out of prison. And now we're just waiting on Alicia Andrews, what sentence she will get. I think she was guilty of manslaughter. So some people say she might do like 15 years. Some people say she might even don't even do no time. I don't know. It's a crazy situation because the judge who was judging these guys right here, she was excused from that trial. You know what I'm saying? So will she get a new trial or we're just gonna have to see. The whole situation is wild. But listen, that's all I got, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole situation, yo. Don't forget to like and subscribe, yo. Make sure y'all follow me. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I really do. Thank you.